Good afternoon. Live podcast studio is in the building. Your host, Montana.
And your co-host, Untitled.
Woo, woo!
You go with that bull crap.
All right, so I don't have my phone. I kind of got all my notes is on there, so I'm about to wing it today.
Okay.
All right, so October 16th is a Sunday. If you're trying to do a non-profit for-profit training course, it's starting up in October. So October the 16th from 1:30 to 4:30 is the BLOT, a 501c3 for-profit training course. If you're trying to get in grant information, you want to write your first grant, or you want to get, be a grant person that write grants, grant class October 17th from 6 to 8:30. And if you're trying to get into real estate, trying to know the game about real estate, learn about that nonprofit, for-profit real estate, it starts up October 19th? 19th from 6 to 8:30. Ms. Dora's class, the group home training class, will be starting back up. October the 8th or 9th? Give me your phone. Give me the date.
Hold on,
I need the date.
You always come on the radio show bullying.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't be going through my messages either.
Let me see. Ooh, I see some pictures. So anyway, so it's going to be in October, y'all. Other than that, we got seminars coming up. We have workshops coming up. We have a youth program coming up for entrepreneurs. If you want your child to learn how to, master their entrepreneur skill, how to start their own business, we have a youth program coming up in October. We have a graduation coming up October the 9th at the Euclid Public Library. If you're interested in sitting in on that graduation date, you are welcome to come. So Euclid Public Library, which is on East 222nd Street. All right, let me see. Y'all, your stuff is blurry.
Because you need your
wow.
glasses.
All right, so let me see. I'm going to wing it.
That's how a busy schedule look.
See, I ain't got all this on my schedule. It's like, one or two things is on here. Gone fishing. Okay. Yeah. I'm in your private stuff now. I gotta get back into the stuff. October.
See, there you go again.
Let me stop touching stuff. I'm
right.
like, I'll be reading something that I ain't supposed to be reading.
Are we inviting the audience to the graduation?
We can, yeah. They can come to graduation.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in just hanging out with the BLOT members that's graduating, you say, hey, we so proud of you guys opening up for-profit businesses, non-profit corporations, and their first journey into success land, come out to Euclid. You can meet with me, Vernon. You can talk to us. You can ask us questions about things and, have a good time, network.
And it will be a potluck.
Oh, it's going to be a potluck. Okay. Woo.
Yeah, it is a potluck.
All right, it is a potluck. Okay.
You just told them to bring all that chicken.
Oh, my God. Okay, it's going to be a potluck, y'all. It's going to be a potluck. Bruh, y'all coming, you better bring some food. I ain't playing with y'all because y'all eat too much.
Bring some veggies.
All right, so what else is going on? Tonight is the real estate class.
Yep, the real estate class tonight. We're going to go over all the funding, all types of
all the funding, so you don't want to miss that class.
All right, so we're going over real estate funding when it comes down to hard money. We're going over real estate class talking about privatized money. There's a slight difference. We're going to talk about how to use what we call legacy banking. That means how do we dump money into life insurance, pull it back out, buy a property, have the property pay for the life insurance. I think I gave you too much right there. And then how to buy real estate or a business out of your IRA money without blowing up your tax bill. Mm-hmm. Right? And that's going to be one of the new things that we're going to be teaching here, how to put real estate inside of an IRA. A lot of us know how to put real estate inside of an LLC. We're starting to learn how to put more real estate portfolios inside of a trust. But now we're going to show you how to put one inside of an IRA to avoid taxes.
Wow. I think you split their wig back.
Oh, yeah, we'll show you that.
I need to get into that
That's
class.
A special skill. All right, special skill.
Can't nobody do that but us. We challenge everybody who out there watching, because now they be like, I'm about to go up there and talk to them. We're going to talk to you.
Okay, let's talk about this October 16th thing. We're going to blow this boy up
October
again.
16th. What's going on October 16th?
That's the new class.
Oh, yeah.
That's the new class.
That's the last class for the year. So if you're interested in starting that nonprofit business, so let me just say this, because I've been having a busy week, right? A lot of you guys, I might be beating up on somebody, but I'm not.
It wouldn't be you.
Yeah, it wouldn't be me if I wouldn't beat up on somebody.
Let's go. Go ahead, beat up on somebody.
A lot of people come in, you got these nonprofits. A lot of people got good ideas. They want to help the community. They got a passion or a thirst to say, hey, I want to go out here and help, right? and you have these nonprofits that's just sitting there and not doing anything, or you have a nonprofit that you are doing some things, but you kind of like don't know which way to go. You can see how it's working, and you see the partnerships and the things, and you're excited about some things. But to learn this nonprofit on all aspects, you need to be in a training class. We do not teach the class traditionally like other people would teach a nonprofit class. We don't teach the class like a college would teach the class. We go into all aspects of this nonprofit and how to work this nonprofit along with your for-profit business. So this is the important things of learning how to do that, right? Mm-hmm. How that real estate works in that nonprofit, how those assets work, how does, life insurance work, how does all my personal stuff that I can clean up work in my business. Mm-hmm. So the class is October 16th, which we're going to be doing our last one. We're going to put the hammer, we're going to put the metal to the floor, pedal to the pedal to the metal.
Pedal to the metal, girl. That thing that you be doing up and down 200 Street.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to be doing in that class. A lot of people are trying to get in this last class. Seats are filling up really fast. We only have 20 seats. First come, first serve. If we don't have enough seating, you have to wait till January to get in the class. All right?
Yep. Most important, you got to come in here ready to learn. When I mean ready to learn, people think that when you come to this class, it's about learning everything word for word. What's the black and white? Mm-hmm. What's the script and all of that mess? Nah, you're coming in ready to learn how to learn more.
And start your business immediately, and we ain't playing no videos.
So when we start talking about learning to learn more, you got to change the way you thinking. You got to change the way you think. A lot of us are stuck in this rut that the only way that we're going to get money is a linear value, which means I got to exchange 1 hour for a certain amount of dollars.
Right.
And if it's beyond that, it don't make sense. No. Your money comes in a multitude, and there's what we call the velocity of money. Is when you use assets and you use techniques to create the abundance of assets.
Wow.
All right?
Wow.
So that's what we got to get to. All right, so when you come to this class, be ready to learn.
Be ready to learn. It's
right?
A lot of
be ready to see something different,
learning
that's for sure.
In here. So I don't know if our class boring.
No, it's not boring.
No, it's not boring.
We got more activity than we got words to say.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So, I mean, we do teach the black and white, what's in the book. We are 70% textbook and 30%, application. I would say that is. When you come to our class, you get a free financial plan, and our financial plan is not like any other financial plan. That financial plan encompasses how do we make money move using every asset that we talk about, including the business, real estate, life insurance, investments, all of it. And then we go into business planning. How do we blow up the model inside that that financial plan, the business model?
Right.
Business valuation, business planning, how to accumulate different assets inside of that business. Okay, and those of you that's in the workforce and you got retirement plans, how do we put different assets inside the retirement plan so you don't have to wait on the stock market to do it for you?
Okay.
All right, so come and learn some of that. And like I said, come on an open mind. We got a theme here that we say you got to have elastic mind to create elastic income. So when you come up here, be ready to learn all of that. Right.
So pretty much, this is what we do at Block Business, Building Business Leaders of Tomorrow today. If you are interested in sitting in any of the classes, you are welcome. We are located at 503 East 200th Street, Suite 103. If you want to give us a call, 216-815-7300. All right? 216-815-7300. Give us a call. Reach out to us. Go on our website, blott.org, BBLOTT.org. All the lists of all the classes are there, the schedules. You can make appointments. You do a one-on-one with us, pretty much anything. Bring your paperwork. You can debate with us if you want to come out and debate and just, pick our minds or whatever. We welcome you to that too. But be very cautious when you come up in here.
Okay. Let's give them a little snippet of what happened this past week.
All right,
Sunday,
this past Sunday, okay.
Which was the last class. All right, I'm going to work it backwards.
All right.
Okay. We did role playing. See, one thing that you get in this class, you're going to do some role playing because you can't come in here and learn all this stuff and don't be ready to deliver it.
Right.
And one thing that we teach the class is you're never broke. the money that you possess is in somebody else's pocket, all right? Because money has to move. You just got to learn how to communicate to get that money. Now, we're not talking about no robbing and stealing and nothing like that.
No.
But the best asset out here is human assets, and we got to learn how to communicate. And when we communicate for the better good, then we share our wealth. We got to keep that money moving. Those of you that's out here hoarding money and putting 100% of your money inside of storage up under the mattress or something like that, you are wrong.
You are broke.
All right? You got to keep that money moving so you can enrich your community. All right? So we talked about how do we communicate to get charitable gifting.
Right. That was a big piece of the nonprofit, the charitable gifting, because usually people think that the charitable gifting is, I can go out here and ask for funding, but not knowing every variety of asking for funding that can go into that nonprofit.
Yep. See, Montana know how to fail forward. She go out there and get the knocking on your door and ask for it. And we mess around. We done moved from the library to a 7,000 square foot building, fully furnished.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to learn how to communicate with people to get what you want. All right, as long as you got that that value. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that added value. All right, so you got to be able to put that out there.
And I remember you telling me, we can't get that. Remember that?
Yeah, I was a blockhead. You right. I was a blockhead.
We ain't got no money.
And she said, we got money. It's in their pocket.
I was like, oh, yeah?
I said, where the money at? They got it.
They got the money.
So you see, I had to change the way I think.
Right.
I had to change the way I think.
Because you sure was in there like, you ain't got no money.
See, I'm a financial planner, but I was learning, back then, I was learning how to deal with the money you already had. So now we are helping you get the money that somebody else got.
Right.
Keep that money moving.
So a lot of you nonprofits are you're taking your money that's in your pocket and you say, it's mine right here. I'm about to go work. When I get this money, I'm about to pull up this nonprofit. I'm about to invest all this money. And we had experience, a lot of people invest all their money in a nonprofit, right? And I be like, huh? You did what? He said, and they be like, now my money is running low, and my retirement is, I'm depleting it because, I've been using that money to run the nonprofit.
Because you shouldn't have been using your money in the first place.
You shouldn't have been using your money in the first place.
You should have been using other people's money.
Right.
Tell me about these nonprofits that's been existing for 3 years and don't have no revenue. What's wrong with that?
They still holding on to it like this, like it's theirs. They by themselves, one-man show. That's why you ain't got no money. They scared to say, okay, this is what I created. I'm a share. You did it for the community, so you got to give it to the community. The community is gonna be,
Mm-hmm. So
putting it back in there.
I'm gonna tell the audience one thing. Now we invite people on this show to drop jewels every week. All right. Sometimes it may be me and Montana dropping it, or we get somebody that already been out here successful using the techniques that we've been teaching. So if you go back, just to the audience and to members, if you go back 4 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, we looking for Kim Yeager, right? The podcast show, we had Kim Yeager on there.
Yes.
He demonstrated how you can have your nonprofit. And those of you that have problem fundraising, bringing in revenue to help your cause, you can go back and look at that video, right? And he will illustrate how he generated revenue in that nonprofit in his first year.
Yep.
All right, I'm not gonna give out the details.
He didn't even use his stuff. He didn't use his money. He didn't use his what?
His resources.
His resource, nothing.
Only thing he got was human assets. He went out and got people to help him. He was able to pay them
with their money.
With their money, right? He was able to pay them and put some back in the nonprofit so he can do his other affairs, right?
Right.
So go back and look at that video. And if you have any other issues where it come down to charitable gifting, real estate, we didn't have trucking industries in here. We didn't have marketing on here.
Yeah.
You can go back and you can look at that as well.
Right. All right. So we got a guest.
Yeah. I was about to go there.
Okay.
So the other half of what happened last week was we had a marketing class.
We had a marketing.
Right.
Yes.
Not only is he's a student that was in the class, but he's also the new marketing rep for Blot. All right, and started one of the committees for Blot. And without further ado, we're going to introduce Kevin Conwell.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
So welcome back.
Welcome back, Carter.
Yeah. So I know the first time you were here, right? You were promoting Wake Hustle and Grind, and then you was partnering with a different, like doing different projects, doing different things. But then, since then, you have taken pretty much all the classes. You got to experience what Blot is, what Blot does, and everything. So now, what is your mindset on what we need as a business? What's your mindset as a nonprofit? I mean, I know things have changed since then. So what have you experienced?
Well, one, the experience was great. I want to say thank you with the hands-on and actually being able to apply everything with the business and thinking the nonprofit way now. Like before, you would tell me nonprofit. I'm like, man, get out of here. I'm for profit. But being able to leverage and have access to nonprofit is not just thinking one-sided and just business related. It's for the community. So with a nonprofit, which is different from a business, you can team up with other nonprofits to grow everything that you're doing. And at the end of the day, the community benefits from you being able to team up. Whereas for profit, if I'm an accountant, you're an accountant, I'm trying to kill you.
Right.
Because you're in business and you encroaching on my territory. So I'm trying to knock you out the game. But in nonprofit, when you collaborate, it's a win-win for everybody, and you can grow. You can grow your company, you can grow your nonprofit, and
Faster.
it actually benefits the community, and it benefits you as well for actually taking the time and spending the time to do it. And that way, we're not competing with one another; we're actually collaborating with one another. Where that makes sense. It makes sense now after going through the program. Whereas before is, I'm 100% for profit and we help out, but I'm 100% for profit. But now it's like I can still be 100% for profit and give back.
Yep.
That's great. That's great. So let me ask you something. What's been your experience as a team player with Blot so far?
Team player with Blot. I've been able to not just also work with you guys and help you guys out, but also in my business, I've been able to get clientele and new customers, people who are familiar with me. They were able to execute and do business with me too as well. So you guys have brought a value to my business for people seeing like, okay, I've heard of Wake Hustle Grind before, but I see they're legit business and they do stuff too. And I also want to work with Wake Hustle Grind.
Okay. I noticed something, and I'm going to ask you if you noticed the same thing. Have you noticed your conversation change?
Oh, yes. So before, a lot of times too, you think I would say, I need to do something, or I need to do this, or I don't have the money, or I don't have access to this. Understanding that I is not the business, and the business is also in a third party conversation, which I don't know if I'm going too deep on here because I know
you good.
For the class, you want to go into different stuff, but talking into the third person, like for example, I could just use an example now where it actually helped me out in real time. I had to go to Atlanta, and my Spark business card, I was swiping it, and I went into Lenox Mall and I swiped my card, and then they just shut it down. So I'm out there doing a Fulton Democratic thing for Atlanta, and I'm trying to get these shoes, and I'm trying to swipe, and the card will not work. So I'm like using another card. I'm like, dang, I need to use my business card, not my regular card. So we call the company. And my wife is talking to the company because she's on the business too. And she's saying, I. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. I put the phone on pause, and I'm talking to her, and I'm saying, I'm an authorized user of the business, and you are affecting. This is messing up our operating agreement, how we operate, and you need to do these things. So my conversation has changed from I, instead of me being a manager of the business versus the I. And then doing that, it separates you from the business. So now they're affecting what's happening in the business versus the I. So that separates you from, when you're talking to a financial institution, you always want to say we and talk in the third person as opposed to I, because they know to give you more money and they know to do business with you because you're talking, what is it, edification?
Yeah, power of edification.
So you're using the way you speak. When you're talking money, you always want to talk, I'm just a person operating it, but the business is his own thing.
Right.
There you go.
So I got to use that in like real time talking to the bank. They know they messed up. I sent them a letter, and I wrote in the third person, And when I sent them that, before I even got home, a new credit card was already sitting there with an apology letter and all of that.
Absolutely. That's
that's
deep.
good.
That's deep. I'm glad you picked that up and you illustrate that a little bit better than I do. So I'm glad that you articulating it, man. But you articulate things based on how you experience it, and that's real. That's real. Let's talk more about your business because people can't. And every time you get here, I want you to promote your business.
Okay, so basically, what my brand and what the business does, that I'm a principal owner of, I'm an operating principal manager, being talking to third person in this sense. I am the marketing manager of Wake Hustle Grind and also Commonwealth Group Llc. What Commonwealth Group Llc does is we help out. Our mission is to help out small businesses and nonprofits achieve their dreams. That's our mission. And what we actually do is we help you from the ground up. And I've partnered with Blot. We bring people in and we see how can we help them maximize their profit value and their maximize their overall in the marketplace, whether it's adding them to a nonprofit or creating a business for them and starting them off with their marketing and getting them started and getting them going to help out and see where they're losing money at or what can they do better. So my brand now has pivoted from before where I just do regular graphic design. I'm like, here, okay, I can help you get started. Now I actually have something outside of just giving you the marketing tools. We also manage a campaign and put you in the hands of somebody like Blot who can help maximize your financial aspect of the picture, not just the marketing. So now those two things are working hand in hand to grow your business. So now Commonwealth Group LLC and WakeHustleGrind.com has grown into that now.
Very good. Very good. Where can they find you at, Mr. Conwell?
You can go to kevinconwell.com to get to me to see all the other businesses and entities and nonprofit stuff that I do personally. But WakeHustleGrind.com is the main hub for everything that you can go to, or kevinconwell.com to see everything else.
Yep. And as the Blot members, as you come in and you seek more knowledge, and you start to pursue different ventures, you'll find Kevin here at Blot, all right, helping you. And this is part of your business plan now is marketing. So those of you that's been gone for a while, now you have a new part of your business plan, which is to come in here, get your website done, get all your collateral done or brochures or things of that sort, and some other technology training. So just come to Blot and you can call 216-815-7300.
Right here.
All right. So tell them again, man. Put the camera back on him again, because people gonna always ask us about marketing and how to get their reach out there. Tell them again.
So one thing that's sweet too is we have a special pricing for Blot members other than everybody else. We have special pricing for Blot members, and you want to tap in with Montana to get that set up. And right now what they're leaving with is a full website to get started, and they get with their donation button on there for their nonprofit, or they can sell product right now immediately. And one thing that I've added where I partner with a company where they can get their official merchandising. So a lot of times you have to go to like Mookie down the street and wait for your product to get printed up, and you're trying to run a deal. Well, you don't have to worry about that. I have that either on the back end or the front end for you to sell your own merchandise, or you can buy your own company embroidered shirts and everything you need for your business on the back end of your site. So the added benefit is you don't have to wait for anybody. You can get your own branded clothing for your business that you can write off yourself now. You just purchase it yourself and it'll come straight to you. So you're buying it from yourself. It'll go through a drop shipper. It'll print, and you'll have your own branded stuff for your employees and whatever, and you don't have to wait on a third-party printer having to do anything because it's already set up to go.
Wow.
Hold on. So you telling me you talking to the existing Blot members, right? And it's going to be some special pricing. And we already talked about the issue of not being able to generate revenue as a nonprofit. And you just created another avenue with little cost.
Really just the cost of the website. That's it. So the customer is going to pay. So if I go on, for instance, you have, I don't know, I think I bought this from somebody out on the street. Sickle cell these right here. Sickle cell month awareness, right?
Gotcha.
Order these. We put these on your site. You can sell these on the site for $10 whatever dollars you want, and the money will go straight to you on the site, and these will go ship out and go straight to the client.
So we don't have a reason to not make money. Right? If you believe in what you got,
they don't have to drive around like, you know, a lot of people are like, I'm gonna go buy these shirts and I'm gonna drive around and drop them off, and you wait in the Dave's parking lot to, like, nah, you put in the address, take the money, go in. Now you got a donors list or a company list because their name and information is on that spreadsheet, and you selling them a tangible item, and at the end of the year when you got to match up your numbers, the spreadsheet already comes down with their name, number, and email. So now you know how to reach back out to them to get donations if you having your gala or whatever else is happening that you got going on. You have information to keep having a conversation with them. Like you said, conversation for the money. You can keep contacting them back and forth to get stuff.
Okay.
And that's all off a T-shirt. You got the information because they bought a T-shirt from you online.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, there you heard. That's
what they get in the class.
Kevin Conwell, Representative Wake Hustle Grind. All right, that's wonderful.
Yes.
I knew he have a value proposition coming into this organization. He said something that was profound, and I mean I know we teach it in class, but just for him to have that experience, to even utilize it within the same weeks of the class, talking in the third party, talking about managing. And real quick, because I know we only got a couple minutes left, and I just want to put this out here to the audience because more of this class is about training. My father told me one day, and I remember this, I was in the 4th grade, he said, son, I came home with some bad grades. He said, son, I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be better than me. So when my son was 10 years old, my oldest, I told him the same thing. He always wanted to be like me. And I said, son, I don't want you to be like me. I want to tell you the same thing my dad told me. I want you to be better than me, right? And that's me edifying my son, okay, my kids. You always want your product to be better than you. So I'm leaning on that point right there that we made about being a manager. When you represent, and this is from the point of power of edification, when you represent your organization, you don't want to put yourself in front of the organization. You want to put your organization in front of you, so you represent it like a third party. You edify it, okay? Because if you stumble, you don't want your business to stumble because you stumble personally. You want your business. You want to be able to lean on your business to lift you back up, right? So you create a team. That is your business. So that's another reason why we use the third party technique.
Okay, we learned all that at where?
At Block.
At Block. Man.
You might have to charge for this episode.
You guys we learn a lot at Block, right?
So if you want to get a lot of that information, it's not about just walking out of here with a lot of literature and reading it and stuff like that. It's actually a training, okay? It's a training to change your mindset about how do you accumulate wealth and how you function in your businesses.
Right. All right. So if you're interested, you got a youth program, like I said, coming up. The Block members will be receiving emails probably later in the week. If you're interested in having your child be a part of the youth program coming up, I think the ages is 12 to 18. So 12 to 18 for right now. We're going to have a curriculum and everything of learning everything that pretty much to start a business. It's going to be a little bit more. We got a couple of partnership corporations waiting to come in on this. So if you want more information, give us a call, 216-815-7300, or visit our website, block.org. So pretty much until next Wednesday at noon, your host, Montana. Woo, woo.
And your co-host, Vern Tyus.
Woo, woo. We're going to see y'all next week.
Peace.